Welcome to this video that I didn't think about calling a name. It's not a 50-point inspection because it's BuMpY and Friends.
It's a review.
It's a
beer review.
There you
of
go.
this beer that I smuggled back from Texas.
Thanks, Drunken One.
From B52 Brewing Company. Out of
Texas.
Conroe, Texas. This one is called Cherry on Top. It is an Imperial Stout. It's aged in
Malbec wine barrels.
Aged Imperial Stout with cherries.
Cherries, nice. Malbec wine is very it's one of my favorite styles of wine. I'm not a big wine guy, but it's a good like dark red.
And it's
Very meaty
10.6% ABV.
wine.
Thumbnail. All right. So this has a tab on it, so it has a little gold tab. Go ahead and pull that, and we'll see what's underneath this sexy little top here. Uh-oh, that didn't work. Yeah. The tab thing didn't work. But it reveals a cap.
And under that cap,
And under that cap,
a bottle opener, shell open the cap.
there we go.
Oh, cool.
Go ahead. You can pour.
Are you handing it to me?
Yep.
All right. B52.
Even got the proper glassware.
Ooh, a little bit of smoke coming out of there. I'm gonna do that much because I don't know how much. What is this bottle? 500 or something?
Yeah, 5 mil. 500 milliliters.
500. 5 mil.
It's a,
You only get a lick.
an airplane
You only get a lick.
bottle.
Good
Literally.
looking beer. Nice, super dark brown
How you guys
appearance. A
doing?
little
You
bit
need
of.
more? Anybody need more?
I think we're good. Go ahead, top yourself off. You got the damn thing. Brought it back to
Boom.
New Hampshire from.
Yeah, so little head on it. It is a cocoa colored head. And,
Holy cow.
dark beer. Black.
Smells like a Malbec. It smells like wine. I'm getting the wine.
It does smell like wine.
Smells like
It's
wine.
super red wine.
Red wine.
touch of vinegar.
Red wine. Yeah, a lot of red wine.
Grape skin.
A little grape skin, a little chocolate. Once you get through the wine notes though come through right up front. It doesn't even smell like a beer initially; it just smells like a wine. And then you pick up on the roasted malt, a little bit of coffee, chocolate, and is it bourbon barrel aged as well, or just
No,
Malbec?
just
Okay, I was gonna say I'm not really getting a ton of bourbon.
I'm getting a touch of vinegar.
I think it's a wine because it's so winey.
Right. It's like a port wine almost.
I think that's
like,
coming from the wine.
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah.
I can't say cherry.
It's so.
There is a touch of chocolate, but
I'd say there's like a little bit of raisin.
yeah,
It's so wine oriented on the nose.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, it smells like you're about to dive into like
honestly
a
doesn't
red
even-
wine. Yeah.
If you gave this to a wine connoisseur and just told them to take one whiff, they would probably tell you that it was a Malbec, that it was not.
Well, I mean,
beer.
depending on the color.
I'm saying if you blindfold them,
Oh, yeah,
and had
yeah,
them,
yeah, yeah.
it smells like a
alcohol
wine.
legs, check.
Yeah, a little bit. Yes,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah, a little bit.
I got to get into this because this is.
All right, cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers,
cheers.
guys. Yeah, it's got a nice chocolate.
Unusual.
Oh,
Yeah, that's all right.
Cheers,
You
bro.
don't need to cheers me. All right, roasted malt.
all right. There's the cherry.
The stout. All right, now we're talking.
Yeah.
Now we're cooking. The aroma alone was just like a wine.
It's got that kind of astringent, dry, red wine finish,
It is,
but it's also very
winey.
like
Yeah,
sweet, but not like a sweet
it's
cherry.
kind of a thin body.
It's like a
first.
black. It's like a black cherry.
What's
It's not
the-
like a maraschino cherry. It's not like sweet
What was
cherry.
the ABV on this? Was this a 14%?
10.6.
10.6.
I'd say the alcohol's well hidden. I'm not really getting a booziness, but it's thin bodied.
It's definitely dark
It's
chocolate.
boozy from the wine though. Like
Dark
it has
chocolate?
It's I mean not boozy like it. I don't know. I mean, you can tell this is an alcohol.
We did
beverage.
just drink some whiskey.
It's got the wine. I'm not a big wine drinker, so when you get that really
I have that
strong
lingering
wine,
kind of
there's a lingering note from the wine.
bitterness a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost as if
There's not a lot of stout there for me.
There's a
No,
lot
it's
of
super wine influence.
so. Here's the thing, or here's what I'm getting.
I don't really get much
I'm
of that
getting the
roastiness.
roasted malt. I'm getting a little coffee from that.
Not much roasty.
I'm getting a lot of roasty, but the problem is the wine notes are so forward that it almost tastes like it wasn't aged in the Malbec barrels. It almost tastes like somebody just dumped wine on top of the stout.
Yeah.
So the influence of the wine is almost too much, and it makes the beer unbalanced.
Yeah.
So I wish there was a little bit less of the wine note, because I'm not a huge. I mean, I wish it was more stout.
I was kind of expecting it to be a little bit more sticky and
I
like a
wouldn't
little bit
necessarily-
more full
Yeah,
body.
because that's the thing
Yeah.
is I don't get like a real oaky like woodiness to it either.
It smells like straight. It doesn't even smell like a stout.
It smells like
Just
wine.
the aroma,
Yeah.
it smells like wine.
Yeah, there is a nuance of a slight chocolate, a slight coffee.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a very diluted coffee. But yeah, wine.
It's
like-
very drinkable
It's
for
like
what,
it
10.5%?
is very drinkable, but
10.6, yeah.
it's like somebody took a stout and wine and they just poured them, mixed them together to create this. It doesn't necessarily taste like there was any time put forth to actually age it in the wine. Like it just tastes like somebody poured wine.
That's what it
into
tastes like. But as being a brewery, they can't legally do that.
I'm
so
not-
so
well-
they didn't do that. But
Well, then they should just do a better job of.
Yeah.
It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. It's actually very, very good, maybe even excellent. But I will say that if you're not a wine, if you're a big Imperial Stout person like myself, particularly the barrel aged stuff, this may not even appeal to you because if
You're
you don't-
hoping for a more
if you don't like
full-bodied,
wine, if you don't
thick
like wine, you're
kinda-
gonna hate this.
I think that this would be.
There's no liking this if you don't like wine because the half
Yeah.
of the flavor profile is wine oriented.
When we talk about like people that are new to craft beers or trying to get people that say they don't like beer to like beer, and it's like, well, where do you start them off at?
Definitely
If
not
there's somebody
this.
that loves wine, I would say this would be a good avenue for them to get into
an
feel like
Imperial
it's too
Stout.
much.
Imperial Stouts.
It's
Very wine forward.
it's so wine.
60% wine.
Yeah.
And it's not supposed. Yeah, it tastes like somebody poured wine into the beer.
Yeah, it does.
This is like a home brewer's like type of thing, like somebody that
We're-
homebrewers that
I
just
think the
adds,
I think the aromas
adds wine to the beer.
after you
late.
get a little bit of oxygen in it.
Are you,
Right,
are you talking about me?
Maybe Trish the Dish. I don't know.
Maybe.
I don't know.
after you get a little bit more oxygen in it, after it
Yeah,
opens
it
up,
opens up a little
oxidized
bit,
a little bit, I am getting a little bit more of the stout.
Straight wine. Yeah, I'm getting it on the palate, but
I'm getting a
on
little
the
bit more of
aroma
the.
though, I'm only getting wine on the aroma.
Well, that's what I'm saying. After oxidized, I was getting a little bit more of the stout, like a little bit more chocolate, a little bit more roasty.
Trish, I'll take Trish the Dish over this all day.
It's like a molasses and cherry concoction, I guess. The cherry isn't as prominent as you would think it would be when it's called cherry on top, but it's definitely those dried fruits are
Yeah.
coming out. But
Yeah.
I like the aroma on it, I will say.
I don't particularly care for the aroma because there's no stout. It's all wine. If you're just going for wine aromas, then yeah, it would have a kick-ass aroma.
Yeah.
And then when you get into the flavor, you get a little bit of the stout, but it's still a lot of red wine notes, and it's boozy and thin.
Yeah.
I'm ready for a rating on this.
Yeah,
I'm
me
gonna
too.
I'm gonna go with,
I wasn't getting much of a booziness.
I'm
on
gonna
the-
go with
on
an
the
80,
palate.
83, which is just getting into the solid B. It's not a B minus, but this is too. There's not enough balance
Malbec
between
barrel
the
aged.
wine barrel and the stout and the. If as a bourbon barrel aged or just an imperial stout lover, this is disappointing because I don't care for wine that much, and it tastes 90. It's like 75% wine forward. The other 25% is beer. With the stout and the
Without
rest of
actually putting down numbers, because my tab's over there for doing my 50-point inspection. But I would probably land this right around a 36 out of
it all. What would
50.
that be? Average.
It's good.
Good.
It's above drinkable. I mean, it's definitely drinkable.
So we're on the same page.
But it's
then.
only good.
But it's not exceptional. It's not.
And the
very
whole reason
good,
and the whole
great.
reason for that is because it is lacking the whole Imperial Stout portion of it.
It's
Stout
wine.
version of the beer.
If you're a big wine person, you may love this
Yeah,
because
you'll
this
like
is
it.
super wine oriented, with the flavor, the aroma, everything. It's very wine forward.
I'd give it like a 87.
So you like it? Okay.
I like it.
Are you a big wine guy though? Do you?
I
Find
like
that,
wine. I'm actually.
I don't not like wine. I,
I like a
find
little
that
bit
it's
more.
little bit
Actually,
more
I like a little bit more white wine than
the red.
reds. But yeah, it's 10.5.
It doesn't drink.
10.6.
It's very smooth and easy drinking, but as somebody that likes
Wants an Imperial Stout. If you bought this at the store and you're expecting
I'm
Imperial Stout, you're
disappointed
gonna be
because
pissed
I'm
off.
not
Yeah.
getting Imperial Stout. I'm getting red wine, and that's
Yeah.
not what I want.
And I have had other beers from B52. I'm the only one out of this group that has, and their beers were pretty good. Yeah. So this one is the unfortunately the disappointment.
Not a bad beer though by any stretch of the imagination. It's just very wine forward. So people like us that don't drink a ton of red wine, it's obviously not what we were hoping
Definitely
for.
just needs to be thicker.
But if you
It needs to have more of a body to it. It needs to have more of a.
I could see somebody though.
It needs to have more of a robust, chocolatey like.
Yes, I agree with that. But
Yeah.
if you're somebody that is a big red wine drinker and you're trying to get into beer and you've never had, like, this might be something for wine lovers that you could transition into, like a stout.
I said that earlier.
And I think, Bubby said that, I'll shut the
All
hell
right.
up now.
I think we've all said our piece
right.
on this one. Let's go ahead and sign on out. So I just want to say thank you so much to Tanner.
You can edit all this out.
Thank you to John and Nelly for being here. And thank you all for watching.